Hello, everyone. It's great to be here. And hi, everyone. We are here on day 2 of our Stay in Tune challenge. Okay, and I hope everybody who wants to be here can make it into the live. Let me just give you guys a couple of minutes to do that. And actually, yesterday I had to check the comments on a different page, and I had too many things open in the background. So I'll try and close a few things here in the background while I'm waiting for you guys to come along in. And so I'm wondering how everyone got on yesterday. I did receive recordings from Anya. Thank you so much, Anya. And from Michael Lyons, Aideen, and who else? Someone else actually sent me great. Oh, Anya, you're there. That's great. So someone else did send me a something or other now. I'm getting them from every angle here, by WhatsApp, by email, and everything. So good for you guys. Thank you so much for sending in your clips. So one thing I just wanted to just cover really, really quickly, before we talk about breath in general, when we do humming, it's a really good idea to make a note of what your breath pressure is like. So our breath is really important when it comes to pitch. Now, we might not realize this, but you know, your vocal folds, which we mentioned yesterday, vibrate at different levels depending on how high or how low the pitch is, or how high or how low the melody tune is. Now, how do your vocal folds create sound? They actually create the sound by moving while air is passing through, okay? So the airflow is really important to help or not help those vocal folds, right? So if there's too much air coming up under the vocal folds, right, so they're vibrating, and there's too much air there, it actually disrupts the vocal folds from creating the right pitch, or it'll sound a little wobbly. Sometimes a little bit of vibrato is good, you know, you can hear almost two notes, so it's very small vibrato there. That's actually okay. But if I take in a big breath, it's like I can't sing, because the air, it needs to be much more directed and controlled as it moves through the vocal folds. So when you did your exercise with humming, one of the pieces of advice I gave to someone was to try and notice how much air they were using for even humming. So if you hum and you're going, let's say, my Bonnie lies over the ocean, right? You're kind of pushing the air through. That actually is a little bit harsher on your vocal folds, right? And so when we do a smoother sound, so if we go, now we don't want each word to, like, you know, each note to sound too separated. Okay, so if we go, let's say the words are my Bonnie lies over, like each note, my Bonnie lies over the ocean. Now, that's the way you would say a poem when you're 5 years old or something. What we need for singing is a more of a smooth sound. So my Bonnie lies over the ocean needs to sound connected, and that makes you sound like a better singer, and it'll help your pitch no end, because the vocal folds are vibrating so quickly that if there's a bit of a bounce on each word, that's harder for your voice to control. So if we're humming, instead of going which is a lot of air, we're minimizing the air by imagining that you're holding the air within, right? It's like you're almost humming it to yourself. So they feel connected, okay? So what we're doing is we're combining yesterday's exercise with today's lesson. Today's lesson is that we do not need a lot of air to sing, and if we use too much air, it affects how we sound. It affects our pitch and it affects how much in tune you sound. So any comments on that? Good to see you here. Grania, you made it in time today, and Barbara. So it's really great that you are here. Do you know what I'm talking about, right? Because we tend to do everything in singing automatically, right? And we can't improve our singing if we always just do it automatically. So what I'm asking you to do is to think about something you probably don't really want to think about, which is how much air are you using when you sing? So the exercises for today around air are really simple and really easy, and then we'll apply them to your song, and then you can record your song using these tips. But before we do it with the song, here's the exercise I want you to practice. And some of you, if you've been with me a while, know this exercise already. Okay? We're going to breathe into our back muscles. So breathing into your back muscles, and notice those muscles, and then just relax. Right? Because we want to be able to control the amount of air we let out and to make it very smooth. What muscles help us to do that? The muscles in our torso, our back muscles, and the muscle just under our rib cage, our diaphragm. So breathing into your back again, and release. Okay, I'm going to want you to remember this in a minute. The other muscle under your rib cage, your diaphragm, you'll feel it if you do a polite cough. Do you feel that movement in your belly? That's your diaphragm. Your diaphragm helps to push out everything in your stomach when you're ill, right? You can feel that. I just ate, so probably not a good idea. If you've just eaten, don't pretend you're doing a vomit, okay? But that feeling of, like that, or doing a really tight tummy crunch in the gym, that is the sound or the feeling of your diaphragm working. Now, when we're letting out less air, our diaphragm will help us to do that, but we may not feel it because it's such a gentle movement, okay? So we're going to do a very light s, like a hissing sound, s, right? We don't want it to be loud. Some of you have done this with me before, and if you haven't been practicing it, I would encourage you to practice it because it will help your singing a lot. So we're going to breathe into our back muscles. And we're going to hiss out. And notice the muscles in your body. Notice your rib cage. Notice your belly. Okay, very good. So we're going to do that one more time. Now, what I'm going to suggest is when you send your recordings with your song, I want you to notice these muscles. So you're going to breathe into your back and then do a little cough and then hiss for the exercise. And later we'll do it with singing. Relax your shoulders and your neck. Sometimes we'll tense all that up. Good. Now you might notice that you've started to sit up a little straighter. This is a good thing. You know, being relaxed when you're singing is great, but if you're too relaxed and you're slouched, your sound won't be as good, okay? The breath is so important, and the only way to really manage the breath is to have good posture. And when you breathe into your back muscles, like we did a minute ago, your posture changes, right? So now we're going to try this with a song. I was using My Bonnie Lies Over the Ocean, so we're going to try that. What we want to do is we want to imagine that we're not pushing the sound forward, but we're pulling the sound inward. Our bodies resonate. The whole thing resonates. So we don't need to push, okay? We need to feel like the power is here in us, okay? This sounds weird. You probably don't have a clue what I'm talking about, but we're just going to try it, right? So we're just going to say, My Bonnie Lies Over the Ocean, right? Now, if you were singing it, you'd probably pretend that it was moving forward. You'd be like, My Bonnie lies over the ocean. You'd probably overemphasize, like a 5-year-old just saying a poem. We don't want to do that. we're going to imagine, even if you're saying it, be like this: my bonny lies over the ocean. It's almost like you're in a kind of a state of reverie. You're kind of thinking to yourself, oh, my bonny lies over the ocean. You're not telling someone, you're actually just saying it to yourself. So what we're going to do is we're going to imagine doing that while singing. So let's try the different ways you could do it. You could push it forward. My bonny lies over the ocean. You feel that push of air. My bonny lies over the ocean. Okay? We don't want that. We want to pull it in and we want to imagine we're singing it more to ourselves. My bonny lies over the ocean. And it sounds like you're singing it to yourself and it sounds less forced. Okay? Now what you're actually doing is you're regulating your breath better. Okay? If you hiss it as if you're singing it, so in my mind I'm going, my bonny lies over the ocean, but the hiss sounds like this. And I try and use less air. Hiss to myself. And then sing it to yourself. My bonny lies over the ocean. So another thing that can really help with this sound that we're going for, this smoothness, is to imagine that each word is kind of connected to the next word. So instead of thinking of my and bonny, lies, each word is separated, think of it as one long word. My bonny lies over the ocean. My bonny lies over the ocean. Right? It's like one long word. My bonny lies over the ocean. Pull it in more. My bonny lies over the sea. My bonny lies over the ocean. Pulling it in. Bring back my bonny to me. What you'll notice is if you have high notes in your song, this exercise will help you. Okay? So your first part of your exercise is to do the hissing sound by breathing into your back. Do a little light cough. And then hissing on your hissing out on no notes. So, and try and do it for as long as you can. 20 to 30 seconds is brilliant, right? Then you're going to take that same body position, that same posture, and you're going to sing your song with everything feeling connected and with pulling it inward. So breathing into your back, coughing, and then my bonny lies over the ocean. My bonny lies over the sea. My bonny lies over the ocean. Bring back my bonny to me. Now you might find that you're singing a little bit quieter doing this, but if you practice it quiet, you can actually do it with a lot of volume as well. Adele is a master of this. So if she was singing it, she might go, I have to let some air out because too much air is bad for singing. So she would have that great posture. You can imagine that Adele posture. My bonny lies over the ocean. My bonny lies over the sea. Obviously it's Adele with an Irish accent. My bonny lies over the ocean. Feel it here in your body. Bring back my bonny to me. Still not pushed forward, okay? Pulled inward. And that's your even breath pressure. So, reviewing. The reason we don't want a lot of air is because the vocal folds move so fast, okay? We don't want too much air pushing through. We don't want each word to feel like a puff of air, like my bonny lies over. We don't want that. To sound good singing, you need that smooth feeling through the sound of each line. How do we do that? We get better posture, breathing into your back muscles. Do a little cough to engage and disengage the diaphragm. And then sing it as if you're singing it to yourself. Okay? So I look forward to hearing some of your recordings. Some of you have been sending me stuff as voice memos, which is perfect, but I'd love if you could share it in the group. The only real way to share it in this group is to record it on video. You don't have to show yourself on the video. You can have the phone facing the other direction if you want. So long as I can hear you, that's all that matters. But on Facebook, they don't really let you share voice clips easily. So a video works much better. Any questions you guys might have? I'm just taking a look now. Anastasia, I'm so glad that you're enjoying the techniques. And if anyone else has any questions, pop it into the comments right now. And thank each of you. If you haven't picked a song, please pick one song for this week. Okay, I know Anya's song is Both Sides Now. Barbara, I'm wondering what song you might pick. Grania, Anastasia, I think you gave me your song, didn't you? So let me know what they are. Okay, that's it for today. You know what your homework is. Hissing quietly to yourself with good posture, and then singing the song with good posture to yourself, making sure that every word sounds connected. And I will put that into the with this video in a few moments as soon as I finish up. And if I'll be emailing this video as well if you want to watch it again. Alrighty, bye. Oh, Eileen, thank you. Now I understand what you meant. Sounds good. Oh, great. I'm so glad. Yeah, because it was you needed that tip, I think, a little bit. We tend to try too hard in life, you know. Ease is one of the best solutions in life. We don't always find ease easily, but sometimes we can relax more than we think. And with singing it to yourself and pulling that energy inward and not pushing forward, it can transform how it sounds. And I hope you do notice a big difference when you try it yourself. Great. Thank you. Yes, thank you, Barbara. It's great to have you here. And definitely record a little piece of it, even 1 minute of your song on video, put it into the group. And if you notice anybody else has put them in, please do encourage them too. That would be great. Take it easy, guys. Bye. See you tomorrow. Same time.